Hi, everybody. I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I am an immigration attorney, and it is so nice to see you on this Tuesday, last day of the month. I hope that everyone has had a really good month, and that if you want to get in touch with us, if you have immigration questions, this is a great place to ask them. I hope you're filing your applications, or if you need help with immigration, we handle all types of immigration law. So I am an attorney. I'm a lawyer, an immigration lawyer. I'm based right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. My clients are all over. I've all over the country, all over the world sometimes. I had a client ask me today, they said, do I need to come to your office? How can I do this? I know you're located in Virginia. No, absolutely not. You do not need to come to my office if you don't want to. Obviously, if you want to, you're always welcome. We have beautiful views if you want to check out some of our Facebook posts. You can see our gorgeous, gorgeous views here in the office. But if you don't want to come to the office, you do not have to. We can do all of our cases remotely. And it's like this, like through Zoom, for example. We do our meetings through Zoom. Some of our clients like to prefer phone because they're not as comfortable with Zoom, and that's okay too. So we can help with Zoom. We can do our consultations and our meetings by phone. And then if you want to come in person, we'd love to see you in person. So feel free to stop by the office if you would like. And we can, of course, do our meetings in person as well. Some people feel more comfortable in that sense, and we can help in that situation as well if you'd like to come into the office. All right. But I had someone ask me today, how does that work? So let me kind of tell you how that works. So our consultations are done by phone or Zoom. Usually, some people do come into the office. If you come into the office or you do Zoom, we're going to share documents with you about what the process is going to look like in your case, right? So when you call, you're going to tell my assistant Ara exactly what your immigration issue is and what you would like to get advice on. All right, what your immigration goals are. Perhaps that's a better way to say it. And she will put that in a note for me. I will take a look at it and talk to her more about it if I need to. And then I will meet with you either through Zoom or by phone or in person, in some situations in person. And we kind of go through the different options available for you, what that entire process looks like step by step. So we handle all of that. And then the timeline as well for what your application might look like, what we need from you, and how long it would take for immigration to make a decision in your case. Okay, so we do handle all types of immigration cases. It's interesting because we pretty much had people sign up for humanitarian cases today, and we also had extraordinary ability business cases today. We also were talking to another company that is sponsoring a number of different temporary visas for their employees. So we kind of run the gamut, as I mentioned. We run the gamut on the different types of immigration cases we handle. If you have questions right now, I would love to answer them, right? Because immigration, as I always say, it's super, super confusing. And if you have questions right now, I would love to answer your immigration questions. So feel free to go ahead and put them in. While you're doing that, I am going to actually, if you're not, hi Yathan, nice to see you. If you have not already liked us on Facebook, make sure you like us on Facebook so you get notified of when I go live. And then same thing with TikTok. We're at Agarwal Immigration is the handle on both sides. So it's at Agarwal Immigration, Agarwal, and the word immigration. So then you will be notified every time I go live. And if you know others that have immigration questions, right? Because a lot of us have friends that have immigration questions. So if you know other people with immigration questions, I would say, go ahead and share this with them because I go live almost every single day. And this is an opportunity for you to get some clarity on some very confusing immigration laws. All right. While I do that, while you're putting your questions in and your comments in, and while people are joining here, I want to go into one consultation that I just wrapped up just a little bit ago, where the person that I was speaking with said that they had a 21-year-old child and they wanted to get a green card, right? So she and her husband were both interested in getting a green card, and they have a 21-year-old U.S. citizen child. How does that work? There are two ways. There are two ways and two possible options depending on how you entered the U.S. So some people entered with a visa. They entered legally, right? They entered with a visa, or they came in through a visa waiver program if they came from a visa waiver country. If you don't know what that is, then you likely did not come through a visa waiver country. But essentially, if you entered legally, right, your 21-year-old US citizen child can sponsor you for a green card. And this is really kind of one of the fastest ways to get a green card, right? Is if your 21-year-old US citizen child sponsors you for a green card, you're in the US and you entered legally. The question becomes, my 21-year-old child doesn't have a job. How are they going to sponsor me for a green card? Okay, so that's the next question. My 21-year-old US citizen child does not have a job. Can they still sponsor me for a green card? Yes, so if you entered legally, right, with a visa through a valid port of entry, if you entered legally, your US citizen child could possibly still sponsor you, even if they don't have a job. Even if they don't have a job, you can get a joint sponsor. So if there's someone willing to be a joint sponsor, they do not have to be related to you. Okay. So essentially this other person is vouching for you. They don't actually have to, necessarily give you money, but they say that if you become a public charge, they would be there to take care of you. That's the promise that they're making to the government. The government has never, ever gone after anybody. But if you have a relative or a good friend, they can likely be what's called a joint sponsor, and you can use their income with your child's sponsorship. So your child is the one that's sponsoring you. You're just using supplemental income from a friend or a family member that has an income and that has a history of paying taxes and whatnot, if they're willing to sponsor you. So that's how that would work. Okay, that's how that would work if you entered legally and you had a child who is a US citizen. Okay. If you entered illegally or illegally, you might still be able to have your child sponsor you. So let's say I'm going to go through the situation, the consultation that I just recently had, a situation where the family, the mom and dad, they entered illegally. Both of them entered illegally, right? And their child is now 21 years old, and they were wondering, is there a way to apply for and receive a green card? So yes, there is. It depends on the nature of your relationship with your child. Is your child someone you would consider rebellious? Do they say hurtful things to you, right? Do they refuse to do any work around the house? Do they refuse to get a job? Do they blame you for not having immigration status? Some of these things, if your answer to some of these things are yes, you might be eligible to qualify for a green card, and it doesn't matter that you entered illegally. What I'm going to say is I would schedule a consultation because you might be eligible to get work authorization. You might be eligible to get travel authorization, and then ultimately a green card in about 2 to 2.5 years. If you have a US citizen child that you live with, that you might right now, as you're talking to me, consider rebellious, right? But I want to talk to you some more and get more details to see if you would qualify to apply for a green card on your own, without them, without a spouse, without a job, right? It's basically through your, it's sort of a family-based application. It's a humanitarian case, and you would qualify for a work authorization, travel authorization, and ultimately a green card. Okay, so give us a call if we can help you with any kind of green card application, especially if you have a 21-year-old child. And right now, if you entered illegally, we would love to have a consultation with you to see if we can process that green card for you. Without the help of anyone. It would be a self-petition. All right. Call us 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. And if you want, I would suggest that you share this with other people, because they may have immigration questions and they might benefit from asking immigration questions to us. All right. Okay, great. Hi, Nelly. Hi, Echo. Wow, there's a lot of folks on. Hi, Sachi. Nice to see you. Hi, Danielle. Great. Well, I think I'm going to be wrapping up for today. Again, if you want to reach out to us, I'm going to say call us for consultation. We're doing them by phone or by Zoom. Or if you want to come in person, always happy to see you. Look forward to meeting some of you in person, sort of, I guess, on phone or on Zoom. Look forward to meeting some of you, and feel free to reach out and share our page, share this post with people that might have immigration questions. Okay, my name again is Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I help clients all throughout the United States and internationally as well. Look forward to talking with some of you. Hope you have a good night. Talk to you soon.